Hi everybody, welcome to session 19 of phase 3. It's phonics time together, and we're going to be looking at the OR grapheme that makes the OR phoneme. We're going to work through this together. I'm just thinking, I can't believe I've done 19 videos for phase 3, and at this point I've done 2 for phase 2 as well, so I can't believe how much we've done and worked together, so it's really, really impressive. So we're getting through our vowel digraphs at the moment in phase 3, and we're going to look at the next one, OR, together. That leaves us with 7 more to learn before we then move on to phase 4. So think how many more words you can now read, because you've covered all of those ones in red. That's opened up a lot of words for you to access in your book. So let's keep going. And so parents should be super proud really at this point of how much they've managed to keep their children learning, particularly if you're using these videos when the schools are shut at the moment. It will make a massive difference to your children. 2 reasons really: that you're maintaining their learning, but also you're not letting things slip, because if children don't read and do these sorts of things, their reading does slip, and that we don't want them struggling. So well done for doing that. Let's start with looking through our the graphemes that we know, so we see them and then we can say the phonemes. So if you do 4, then I'll go through them and then I'll give you another chance to do them nice and quickly. We've got O, U, J, T, P, V, G, D, N, Z, Ng, O, Z, Y, Qu, R, K, H, A, S, Sh, I, T, O, W, X, Th, B, E, I, O, F, A, R, S. Really, really good. Today I've done something quite different. The children will be asked to go Dalmatian speed. It's a little bit random, but I have a Dalmatian called Florrie, and she is extremely quick at running. That's why I got her, so she can come running with me. So we're thinking about my little dog called Florrie. We're going at Dalmatian speed, but over to you to do them nice and quickly. Excellent, that's really good. And maybe out of this, all this time off school and this strangeness of home learning, maybe the bit that you've just done is something that you probably never could have done before, never would have thought of doing. But now you've actually put some time into it, and you've got the confidence to help your child learn to read and move on and learn to spell as well. So huge well done. Keep it up. Tricky words as usual. Make sure later when it's their turn you pause and keep practicing them. They should be finding this really, really easy, so you can have your own little challenges or goes, or timing or whatever. But keep reading them over and over, because it's all that extra practice that cements that learning. Slightly different today. I've pinched this game from online. There are a lot of games out there. You could, if you have got access to a dice, move it along, put a bit of blue tack on your screen wherever you are, and do it as a race. It could be that you just do it as a paired activity. It's that you read one, then they read one, and you read one, and they read one, and you make your way all the way around the board to the finish. That means that they would read more, and to make that even better, you could then swap over. So, for example, you read he, and they read she, but then the next time around, vice versa, they read he, you read she, and so on and so on. Or we do it as a race. Some children are really motivated by races and times, so you could say, right, we're going to start at start, you're going to read everyone all the way around to finish, and I'm going to let you know how fast you are, and then you could then use this in the future and say, right, can we do it even faster? So I've put you something that's quite flexible. Use it as you want, but a good little practice at reading some of those tricky words. Today, moving on to the OR phoneme, written by using an O and an R to make the grapheme that's on the screen. So we've got OR in fork, OR in stalk, and we've got OR in cornet. And a bit like in the 8R session, we've got a cornet for our ice cream to go in, but also a cornet is a musical instrument. It's like a squashed up trumpet. It's a little bit shorter, look, so the girl's playing a cornet on screen. So again, and just that idea that some words can mean different things, and we might used to use them in different scenarios. So we're going to look at or. We will blend cornet, again to just challenge them a little bit more. Last time when we were doing AR we did market, and hopefully they're starting to see that bit. So when they've done jacket, market, and now they're doing cornet, they can hear that ending in there, so they'll be blending that. Blend these words, again quite straightforward today. Fork, fork, k, or, d, cord, k, or, k, cork, s, ort, sort, f, or, for, b, or, n, born, w, or, n, worn, t, or, n, torn. So you've got a few orns there at the end. Born, worn, torn. And again, they might spot that. If they spot that pattern, that's really, really good. They've got their eyes open, looking for things. And they've got born, worn, and torn, and they'll all rhyme nicely as well. So that's why I've put them together at the end. They'll read through them nice and quickly, hopefully. If not, they're going to be blended in their head and only saying the word instead of blending all the sounds. We'll give them a big well done and a special celebration for fabulous reading. And then we'll push them onto the sentence. So we've got Max got Jen to sort her socks. I had a torn map to get to the wicked fort. We all got back to the food. I had a fork for the thick parts. And the idea there is just going back to the idea that we need to stop at the full stop. That's what I've put in. Moving on, we'll stick to the phoneme frames. Again, if you can get something for them to write, that'll be good. So we've got the cornet, which is the harder one to kick off with. The one in the middle, that is torn. And it helps the sort of child understand what torn means. This time it's in the context of paper. The paper has been torn, and then we've got the idea of putting an S on the end of a word. So we've got the corks there. And again, please check in with Phonics Time Together for more ideas, or to add me a comment. It'd be lovely to hear how this is going, and if it's working for your children, and if they're doing well with their reading. I'd love to hear some of that feedback. But for now, good time to pause the video and ask your child to come over and get ready for their session. Hi everyone, welcome to Phonics Time Together. We're going to work together on some more reading today and learn some more phonics. But before that, we need to practice and revisit the ones that we already know. So we should be sitting comfortably, nothing in our hands, and we should be ready to go through these. So we'll do 4 and I'll say them, and then we'll go super fast, okay? But this time I'm going to do 4, then I will say them. You can see how well you did. O, U, J, T, P. Remember I said both for the double O there, so look out for that. V, G, D, N. Z, Ng, O, Z. Y, Qu, K. H, A, S. Sh, I, Ch, O. W, X, Th, B. I, O, F. A, R, S. Fantastic. Now today we've had lots of vehicles and a few animals, but this time it's a special animal because I have a Dalmatian and she is super fast at running and she likes to come running with me. So today we're doing something different. We're going Dalmatian speed, as fast as my dog, and she's called Florrie. So as fast as Florrie. Today we're going to go through our graphemes. Here they come. Well done. That is definitely Dalmatian speed. Actually, if I throw a tennis ball, she flies. So I'm sure you know what I mean there. Excellent, really, really good. Excellent. So we're ready to move on, and we're going to work on our tricky words. So at this point, you might want to practice them just on the screen like we normally do, or you might want to have a go at the special task that I've got on the next page. And today's task, it can be used many different ways. If you have got a dice, you could play it as a game and put some blue tack on the screen to show where each of you are. I would try to read more words though, so you could go put your finger on the start and then move along each one and say each one and time. I wonder who is the fastest. It would be really good if you could put in the comments how long it took you to read all the tricky words. I'd love to see how fast you're going. So if you can, put your finger on start and then go to he, she, we, me, be, was, you, they, all, are, my, her, was, be, you, my, they, we, me, are, finish. That'd be brilliant. And if someone could time that and put it in the comments, I'd really, really appreciate that and see how well you're doing. So pause the video and have a go at this little racing challenge. Okay, today we're learning or. So you can see on the screen we've got an O and an R that makes the grapheme on the screen, and it makes the phoneme or. Can you say or? Excellent. Can you say or? Brilliant. So we're going to learn the phoneme, say or, and it's written like that on the screen. That's the grapheme. So we have got or in fork. We've got or in stork. That's the type of bird. It's the name of a bird. That's the stork. And we've got two images, a bit like in our R video that we did before. So this must have some different meanings. So we've got or in cornet. So we can have a cornet to put our ice cream in, or we can have or in cornet. But actually, a cornet is a musical instrument. So if you look at the girl on the screen, she's playing a cornet, and it looks like a trumpet, but a trumpet's a little bit longer than that, so it's just shrunk a bit, so it's like a smaller trumpet, and it's called a cornet. So we've got or in cornet. Can you say or in fork? Can you say or in stork? Can you say or in cornet? Excellent. So we're learning or today. So we will learn one. We will learn to blend a word with or in it, and we can see our digraph there. So we know we've got a straight line. So we know that we're saying the or, and we're not saying oh and the We're saying or for the digraph. But then we've got some sound buttons underneath to help us with the other bits. So you could pause the video and have a go at this, or you can wait for me to have a go and join in with me. Okay, my turn. K, or, n, corn. So we've got the first four letters. They make corn. K, or, n, et, cornet, cornet. So that's like our third image, the cornet. We can have a cornet with our ice cream, an ice cream cornet, or we could have a cornet as in the musical instrument. So have a go at that. And here, at this point, you might want to just pause the video and practice your blending of these words, having a good go at making sure you can read all of them, or you're going to join in with me. Okay, I go first, and I'll leave a little space for you to have a go. Number one, fork, fork. Number two, cord, cord. Number three, cork. Number four, sort, sort. Number five, or, for. Only two phonemes there. Number six, b or n, born. Number seven, w or n, worn. Number eight, t or n, torn. Now have a look at 6, 7 and 8. Can you spot what they've all got in common? So you might say they've got 4 phonemes, which is excellent. They're all made up of 4 letters, but something else. Did you spot it? Born, worn, torn. All of them have got the orn or n at the end. Did you spot that? Well done if you did. Okay, so you might want to pause and have another practice of that without me, making sure you can read all of those really, really confidently. And it might be time now to practice our fluency. So we can either say these words when we see them, or we might, if we don't know what it is, we might need to blend in our head. So pause the video and practice reading nice and fluently. Excellent readings today with all and doing lots of really good blending and reading them fluently, so keep it up, everybody. I'd love a comment on from people to let me know how well you've done, and if you find any bits tricky, let me know and I'll be able to get back to you. Anyway, let's finish things off with some sentences. Okay, so pause the video and have a look at these sentences. Now, when you read the 3 sentences, did you spot the full stop on the last one where we needed to stop? We all got back to the food. I had a fork for the thick parts. So we had to stop after food. It was a new sentence for the I. So well done if you spotted that. If you didn't, pause the video and have a go at working on that. So we need to start on the 3rd one, stopping at that full stop after food. Okay, so if I just identify it for you, so you can see here, when we get to this bit, it's a full stop, so we need to stop, and then we'll read the rest of it. So pause the video and have another go at that if you didn't notice that full stop. And all there is to say now is a huge thank you for joining in with this and working on your reading. If you can subscribe, you haven't yet, that helps you keep up to date with things, and give the video a like. That would really help me out, and any comments would be really appreciated. So thank you for joining in. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I shall see you soon.